Hi, welcome to ReligionWinked TV, y'all, where my spiritual ears stay. Guys, come on, I'm going to give you the brief definitions of how a brain can malfunction. This is part 2. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I want to just wrap this up because I want to get into talking about the Lord and other things, but I want to make a analogy here. Thank you so much for the 2 people watching. So in part 1, we basically went through what a brain is. Hey Lauren, welcome back. Let me pull up my chat. I can do that real quick. Hold on, guys. So how's everybody doing today? Hi. Oh, hi guys. So in reference to you have to check out the first video. Wait. You have to check out the first video. Okay, so I'm ready. Check out the first video just to see. We broke down what a brain is, the functions of the brain. We understood that the brain will malfunction. Y'all like this old hairdo right here? Thank you. Give me thumbs up. Come on, guys. Let's just finish this. The grandkids will be in about 10 minutes. I just want you to see how... Who is that? Hi, Lori. Welcome. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm freaking annoyed a little bit because every time I try to put on a good presentation like the last video, all kind of buffering and let's just say interference, okay? But it's going to get better. It's cute. Love your hair. Thank you, Lauren. Welcome. So, guys, I was breaking down the brain, the biggest brain. If you always cut the head, off, the body, the tail, or whatever, follow, right? Don't worry about it. Thank you. Thank you. And I think it's better to come this way. I could see myself in the camera, behind screen. I don't know, guys. Just work with me. I'm going to be doing both. I'm going to be uploading and I'm going to be doing other stuff. So we was talking about the brain. If it doesn't function right, just think of the brain. I say think of the president. He think he's that brain, right? And we also know Mona Simone call herself the brain. So I'm going to use analogies to see how when we see a young woman such as Mona want to run from a 200,000 following platform, not run from it, I mean just move from the spot where she earned all her following, it kind of makes you wonder what's malfunctioning, what's going on with the brain. The brain could be suffering some disorders that causes it to, not operate like a smooth operator, right? So one of those things is aneurysm. It's an excessive localized enlargement of an artery caused by a weakening of the artery wall. So think of this brain. There's some kind of weakening going on. Sometimes people pretend that they're strong, pretend that they got it all, want to be seen by all. And sometimes there's a weakening going on within that wall, and you kind of see them kind of folding in instead of standing strong. The brain needs some healing. Absolutely gonna get it today. And now listen, even though I'm using it as an analogy for the brain, think about it. People may be suffering with this for real. So it's kind of educational as well. But I am kind of using it as an analogy to break down the brain of YouTube. And if you break down the biggest brain, like in part 1, you begin to understand all the other little brains running around in the nation, which America is a nation. So, we talking about like everybody here, right? You kind of get it? All right, good. So this aneurysm is a weakening. We see the brain nation weakening. We see the brain not being able to hold up to, what she claims she's out here in these streets doing, right? Another one is in that first video, I told you that people suffer with this big head, right? They get this swollen head. They get besides themselves, too big for their britches, and sometimes they put themselves in a situation where they know they really can't handle it, but to keep from losing face, right? They kind of pretend like they the grand madam, grand witch, grand brain, or whatever. So this brain deals with Hydrocephalitis. Babies deal with this a lot. When babies are born, sometimes baby get that fluid on the brain, and it just puts pressure, and they have to have that surgery where the fluid is released. Well, in this particular brain that we're talking about, it's a condition in which fluid accumulates in the brain, typically in young children, enlarging the head and sometimes causing the brain damage. Sometimes when you allegedly get an interview with Cardi B, this goes to your head, right? And it could put a lot of swelling there. It can make you seem so above the rest of us. And I read to you in that last video that being high-minded, right, is Romans 12 and 9, I believe. Just say, think not high-minded of thyself. We're supposed to kind of be equal amongst one another, especially if we're all going to be in this so-called brain nation. There can't be one above the other. The brain has to know that there's some kind of equality amongst God's children. If not, she's always going to think she's above everybody else, and everybody else is going to want to set this brain on a pedestal. But it doesn't work like that, guys. Be not high-minded of yourself. Don't have low self-esteem like this brain does. You hear it every day. She go live, whining, complaining, talking about everything that happened the last 4 or 5 months, from Star Marie to Cardi B to Tasha K to whatever happened last night. So this brain gets hydrocephalitis. It's a swelling on the brain, making the brain head think she's so big in these YouTube streets that she's really not living up to par. 7 people watching, give me those 3 thumbs up. So the brain can suffer lack of oxygen, and this is very, very, very true. There's a way where the brain does not get the oxygen it needs. So, of course, it starts to die. It starts to just lose its capacity to function as the brain should, right? Hypoxia, limited oxygen in the environment causing reduced brain function. Ischemic hypoxia or stagnant hypoxia, reduced brain oxygen is caused by inadequate blood flow to the brain. Stroke, shock, cardiac arrest, and heart attack may cause stagnant hypoxia. So these are real, but think of the brain, right? In the brain nation, this brain may be losing oxygen. There may not be no blood flowing to this brain because this brain has been doing things and saying things and acting out in such a way that, to the point of wanting to leave this part of YouTube and go to some other part like it's going to be any better. Once the brain start malfunctioning, it doesn't matter where it resides or whose skull it resides in. This brain is not going to operate wherever it goes or whatever it seeks to do because it has a couple of disorders going on. I've read 3 of them so far, and I think I'm hitting 3 for 3. Anyway, the brain has what's called a fart, believe it or not. And we smell the shit out here in these YouTube streets from this brain fart, right? So it's a temporary mental lapse or failure to reason correctly. It's a temporary mental lapse or failure to reason correctly. This brain is definitely farting out here in the streets like something ain't connecting. We call it a lapse in our synapse. When one neuron doesn't make it over to the other neuron, it's like, wait a minute. How do you spell of? O-V-E? When we know it's O-F, right? And that's kind of like what we see happening to this brain. This brain has a brain fart going on, y'all. So, okay. We got one more. I was going to leave oxygen because the lack of oxygen causes the brain actually to die. We don't want this brain to die. I told you, but in order for the spirit to rise, the flesh have to die, right? So we don't never want people to die because God can restore and do what he want to do. But when they say they're not godly, you have to understand why this brain is out here functioning the way it is, right? There's cancer of the brain. And if I would have to say, out of all of these we just went through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would say cancer of the brain is what we see on YouTube. The cancer of the brain, pretty much brain cancer, central information processing center of the body, tumors in the brain can be malignant or benign and can occur at any time. I believe this brain suffers from not one but multiple tumors. And I believe the cancer, we all know that people who suffer with cancer become bitter, angry, mad, hostile. They just in a very, very blue, dark place within them lives. And that's what I see this brain. This brain talks about needing money for a wheelchair to go to work, but she's not working, and it's just a bunch of like the aneurysm, there's a lot of things leaking out of this brain. Not necessarily fluid, but lies, deception, miscommunication, problems behind the scenes with Sweet Mind, all these other YouTubers and things like that, right? So you can see how the brain can have disorders. And if you understand the brain of YouTube, pretty much Mona Simone, you see some of these disorders within her camp, within herself, within her own division, and within her own mind. I told you in the other video, the mind is a terrible thing to waste, but what about a brain? I mean, after all, it plays a major, 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 major role in all of us surviving and living, right? And you have to look at the way this brain is living, how this brain is surviving, who this brain is surviving off of. Again, and I only wanted to bring this video to you. One more thumbs up. I see 9 people. Thank you. I only wanted to bring this video to you because I see the disorders of the brain within the brain nation. And again, I like to say, from the president to YouTube to my house to your house, we know some brains out here that's not operating the way they should. So with that being said, if you haven't subscribed to this video, please do so. Hit the red box down below. I'm just going to come back and take a break. I think we're all caught up here. I'm not obsessed with anybody. I just like to show my opinion over here, because just like everybody else, they got to where they are by talking about somebody else. It's just that they didn't end up in a good place. We're ending up in a good place because we didn't disrespect, we didn't drag, we didn't roast, we didn't gag, we didn't lie on, we didn't none of that, okay? That's the only struggle difference over here, is that we doing it with organically, and we doing it truthfully, right? So with that being said, guys, my grandkids just came in. I'm going to take an hour or two. I'm going to come back on. I'm going to let my hair down, and we're just going to talk about it, guys. I appreciate you for showing up. Share this video. Let Mona know that there may be something going on. I know y'all probably here for her, not here for her, but let her know she's malfunctioning. That brain, there's something wrong with that brain. And if she wants to understand what a real brain is and how a real brain operates and how a real brain can be healthy and not suffer an aneurysm, not suffer hemorrhage, not suffer lack of oxygen, not suffer a brain fart, or be cancerous, watch these videos. Watch these videos over here, because see, something is going on over there where this brain can see over here that that brain may have had one of these things happen to her. It could be figuratively and literally, but the analogy is the brain in the brain nation. You guys know what I'm talking about. Share this video. Let people know that this video exists. And this is the final closure. If she leaves this section of YouTube, then the brain has some good teaching to take with her. And if she stay, then she has some good teaching to live by while she's here, right? We could talk about it when we come back. Just chill. I have a call-in number. We can call. I mean, it's one at a time. It's not like we can all be on the phone at the same time. But we can call in or do it through the chat or whatever, right? And just talk about it. Is she leaving? Is she staying? Is it a cry for help? Is she fleeing like a wicked man when nobody pursue her? Is she running from the sweet ma? And I do believe the whole pretty tea thing that's unfolding behind the scenes, I do have some footage, y'all. I don't know if I should play it because people are getting like, Tracy, if you play my voice, I'm going to flag you. So maybe I'll write it down, listen to it real good, and let you guys know if the videos are still up. I could go get the timestamps and all that because I just be recording onto my webcam or whatever, but I could get the timestamps, send you guys there because I think we can put together the 10 people Sweet Ma says she was friends with. Do you have any idea who those 10 people are? I kind of got an idea, and I need your help to solve this mystery. So when I come back, that's maybe what we'll do. We'll just talk about the 10 people Sweet Ma was friends with. All right. And again, I keep it all spiritual. Again, I mean, they say they all spiritual. And if they were, their lives would not be playing out in front of the public like this. They wouldn't be making the choices. Not only does Mona Brain suffer with an aneurysm, possibly, or hemorrhage, possibly, or lack of oxygen, there's a lot of YouTubers out here that seem like their brain has a disorder. And I'm just saying, so with that being said, enjoy your family, love your family. God bless you. May God bless you and keep you, make his face to shine upon you, be gracious unto you, his countenance be on you, in you, and his shalom peace be all around you, be in you, be everywhere. It's about the peace, y'all. Matthew 5:9 says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they are the children of God." Who wants to be the children of God? Raise your hand. I do. So I'm going to continue to teach us how to be the children of God. We can be messy. I told you when Christ went to the cross, heck, when they put that thorn of the crown of thorns on his head, you don't think it messed with his brain? Probably because they didn't just put it on his head. They put it on his head. Do you think it affected his brain? So the Bible said, let us put on the mind of Christ. So they couldn't have affected it that much if we are still instructed to put on the mind of Christ, right? So let's continue to look to the calling of the most. Let's keep our eyes on the prize of the Most High calling, and let's walk forward. We can talk about anything on this channel, y'all. All right. So I'm gonna let it go. You guys go ahead. I will come back, and again, it'll just be me sitting here like this, like, hey, how are you? What's up? Speaking to anybody, come in my chat. All right. Let's talk. It's time to get to know Religion Wink TV. A little something, something. Or like I said, we can do the Sweet Ma. We can figure it out. We can talk about, hi, Sydney DeVille. What's up? How are you? We can talk about I know people don't like to talk about the child abuse, or people don't like to talk about painful things. But again, once we get through talking about these next couple of things, I have a story to tell that I would like to share with you guys. Hopefully by Wednesday, we'll get that story out. So stick around. Hit the bell if you haven't. Sydney, thank you for showing back up. I appreciate you guys. Let me see who's in the chat here. Yeah, you guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you. So let's see. We have Lauren, Lori, Sydney. Who is that? Hi. We have, Ascending Culture is back. Welcome. Glad to be here. Hey, Super Chat, welcome. That was a good breakdown of the brain. New subscriber. See, that's what I'm talking about. God bless you. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody that showed up. God bless you all. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, where us 10 is gathered. God is in the midst of us. God is present. Ascending Culture, you will love it here, right? Everybody get to know one another. Lauren, Lori, Ascending Culture. Brenda, hey, how are you? Welcome back. Hi. So guys, I gotta check in with the grandkids, and I will be back. I'm going to have somebody come over and probably teach me how to, like, you know, say I'm going live or whatever. Or I'll just kind of wait to go live until you guys roll in. However, we'll connect. You know, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing until, you know, I learn how to say, oh, in an hour or 2 hours I'm going live or something like that. But definitely, I don't have a set time because it's just random right now. There's 12 people. Give me those 2 thumbs up. Come on, just even for the hairdo, right? Just give me them. Just give me them other 2 thumbs up out there. Oh, well, the other one left. Well, anyway, you guys, I will see you. God bless. Super chat, I love you. Thank you so much. Who is that? Lori, super chat, ascending. Yes, have a good evening. I will see you afternoon. I will see you in about an hour or so. And we'll just kick it, okay? 12 people watching. Can I get that other thumbs up, please? Thank you. I asked, God says you have not because you ask not. So I asked for the things I want on this channel. Can you please thumbs up this video? Can you share this video? Can you subscribe if you haven't? And can you return for the next video? I would appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all making it so easy.